I love this kid. He wants to compete. You know, a lot of people concede about who the best is. It takes a certain animal, a D-Wade, a Kobe, or LeBron to say, hey, I know you're the best, but I'm coming. One day you're going to say this league belongs to me, and that's where he is now. Like, I know there's a couple names above him, but one day we will say Giannis is the best player in the league, period.
What's good, YouTube, man? Welcome back to another episode of Self Check. Been watching you know the league, but you knew that already. You've been tuning in every time we post a video. I appreciate you, Ghost, man. If you're a returning viewer, what's good, Goat? Hope everything is good with you. If you're a new viewer, doing Self Check, stay tuned to the end of the video, see if you like it or not. Check out some of our other work. I'm sure we might have something you might like. I'm not gonna hold up this intro no more longer, man. Let's go ahead and let's talk about the Greek Freak.
The freak.
Stop! What is wrong with you?
He could be a freak on the court and on the shit.
Oh
you know what I'm saying?
You're embarrassing yourself.
Woo!
Okay. Earlier this week, JJ Redick had Joel Embiid on his podcast, and he listed off his top 3 players currently in the NBA. Those 3 players being Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, and Nikola Jokic. I don't know where he has Giannis on his list, but he wasn't on that list. Now, I don't know if Giannis got word of that or not, because when they played the Sixers, looked like he definitely did. He gave the 76ers 40 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 blocks. And one of them blocks was so hard that Giannis took Joel Embiid's spot on that MVP list. I don't know if it's just me. He definitely looked like a top 3 player in the world that night. And when it was time to match up with the next player on JJ Redick's top 3 list, Kevin Durant, when the Bucks played against the Nets, Giannis finished with 44 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 assists. Again, I don't know if Giannis got worried about not being on JJ Redick's top 3 list. Hell, he might not even care. But based off them 2 performances he just had, he definitely looked like it. As you heard earlier in the video, Shaq was saying one day we gonna call Giannis the best player in the world. And if you ask me, I think that day is today. The other man on that list, Nikola Jokic, is also the man who stands in front of Giannis and trying to capture his 3rd MVP award. Trying to capture that MVP over Joker is going to be tough though. Once you look at it head to head, outside of points and block, everything else favors Nikola Jokic, from rebounds to assists to steals to efficiency. When you look at advanced stats, he's blowing Giannis out of the water. What Giannis does have going for him though, he does have the better record. He might even win the scoring title this year. He's kind of in the 3-way tie with Joel and LeBron, so we got to see how that shakes out. But if Giannis remains a top 2 seed, possibly wins the scoring title, he might set Jokic for the MVP. But right now, how I stand it is looking tough. Another thing that I think that's working against Giannis, we've seen great players been hit with it all the time in the past. When you've been doing the same thing and you've been averaging the same numbers season in, season out, it really gets depreciated a little bit. You look at what Giannis averaged when he captured his first MVP in the 2019 season. He averaged 28, 13, and 6. Them damn good numbers. When he won the 2020 MVP, he averaged 30, 14, and 6, and also captured the Defensive Player of the Year. When you look at what he averaging right now, he averaging 30, 12, and 6. This man is having seasons that players can only dream of having. And it's crazy that you can have a season like this and they won't even capture your MVP. What if Giannis were to win his 3rd MVP though? That'll put that man in some elite company. There have only been 7 players ever to win 3 MVPs in the history of the game. Those players being LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. Larry Bird was actually the last player in NBA history to win 3 MVPs back to back to back. Those other players being Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who he just passed for the all-time points in Bucks history, Wilt Chamberlain, and Bill Russell. If that man do that, boy, that man gonna be in some exclusive club. He already got a spot at the VIP table with Elijah Wan and Michael Jordan. Is the only player to win the MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year in the same season. The other day on Twitter, I came across a hot take from HTB. Now, if you don't know who HTB is, he's a 2K YouTuber, but depending on how old you are when you're watching this video, you probably already know who he is. But in his hot take, he said that when it's all said and done and Giannis hangs him up, Giannis is gonna be top 5 all time minimum. Now, when you look at most people's top 5 list, they got Michael Jordan, Bron, Kobe, Magic, Kareem. That means Giannis gonna be taking one of their spots. When you look at what Giannis is doing right now, again, like I said earlier in the video, he's 27 years old. You look at the track that he's on right now, it's possible, but to take one of their spots, he's gonna have to do something crazy. So let's look at what Giannis has done already at 27 and what those guys who I just named was doing at 27. At 27 years old, Magic Johnson already had 4 championships, 1 MVP, with a 7-time All-Star, and 3 Finals MVPs. Trying to take his spot in that top 5 for Giannis gonna be tough. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 1 championship, 3 MVPs, a 6-time All-Star, 1 Finals MVP. When you look at Bean, RIP to the Mamba. 3 chips by the time he was already 22. No MVPs though. Was an 8-time All-Star, no Finals MVP. You look at Bron. Bron won his first championship at 27. He was already a 3-time MVP, 8-time All-Star, and he won his first Finals MVP. When you look at the GOAT, you look at MJ. MJ won his first championship, 2 MVPs, 7-time All-Star, 1 Finals MVP. But when you look at Giannis and you put his accomplishments next to those, they stack up pretty well. When you look at Giannis, 1 championship, 2 MVPs, 5-time All-Star, and a 1-time Finals MVP. So again, you put them side by side, they look pretty well, but nothing is guaranteed. Take Kobe for instance. Kobe won his first 3 championships by the time he was 23, 22 years old. He didn't win his next championship till he was almost in his 30s. And he was like 29 or 30 years old. So just because it's looking good right now, doesn't mean it's always gonna go that way. But if it does continue to go that way, we might have to look at Giannis and say, okay, one thing Giannis definitely gonna need to add to that resume, and more so than an MVP in my opinion, is definitely gonna be another championship. When you look at the landscape of the East right now, they're my pick to kind of come about the East, because when you look at every team in the East, almost it seems like every team got something going on. Brooklyn plays not a lick of defense. They be leaving shooters open. I feel like even if you got KD and Kyrie, you're not gonna win like that. And Ben Simmons ain't coming back, so I think it's gonna be tough for Brooklyn. You look at Boston. Boston just lost Robert Williams to a knee injury, and Robert Williams is really a big part of what they try to do on defense. We talked about that in our Celtics video. I feel like without Robert Williams, it's gonna be tough. The Bulls have just shown the inability to hang with elite teams, so I can't really trust the Bulls. When you look at the Sixers, I feel like they lost some of their depth in that Harden trade, so I feel like they don't have as many reliable players as they used to, and I don't know if it's something going on behind the scenes. It could be nothing, but with James being caught up by Doc for not really getting the bench involved, I don't know if it's something going on there. And the only other team left, in my opinion, that might be able to hang with those guys is the Miami Heat. I feel like Miami wants to get back because the Bucks clinked them boys up in 4 games, swept them last year in that first round. So that could be an interesting series, but I still got Milwaukee winning that series. So the way it's looking, it looks like the Bucks are on a crash course to kind of link up with the Suns again. The Suns have just been heads and shoulders above the entire league. When you look at their record, it's ridiculous what they've been able to do. It's also been ridiculous what the Memphis Grizzlies have been able to do without Ja Morant. So either way, I feel like they kind of on a crash course to kind of make the finals, and if Giannis can win another championship, he definitely gonna be climbing the ranks with them all-time greats. But alright, so I'm gonna call it a wrap. Yeah, my camera about to die too. Alright, so I gotta call it a wrap on this one, man. Had to get on here and talk about Giannis. This man's greatness can no longer be ignored. He already top 75 at 27 years old, and if he just keep adding on to that resume and adding on to it, he just gonna keep climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing the charts of the all-time greats. And hey man, you're gonna have to start putting some respect on Giannis. So again, man, I appreciate all you ghosts tuning in, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and do all that good stuff. We appreciate you ghosts over here at Self Check. Again, I'm Eve, and I appreciate you rocking out with me, and I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Peace.